pre-shooting through. So today, we lost to a hacker. After the match, I sent him a message and he agreed to do an interview. This is what he said. All right, so let me just start off with this. How long have you been doing it in Destiny?
To be honest with you, I use a controller,
Okay.
and so the stuff I have can give you a lot of different things. But I've been doing it personally only for like I'd have to say me, myself, and I for like a solid month and a half, maybe 2 months.
All right.
But I know people that have been doing it since Destiny 2 release.
Since the game released on PC
Yeah,
and still haven't been caught?
yeah.
That's insane. So
hmm
is this the first game that you've used a cheat in, or have you used it in other games?
Yes.
So did you make this hack?
No. Hell
No.
no. I ain't make nobody's hack like this. Nah.
So you purchased this.
Yes.
So how much does a hack like this go for?
This one's only $24 and some change
So
a month
$24
for a month.
for one. Oh, so you're paying per month $24.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how much money are you making doing what you're doing? Because I'm assuming you're doing this to make money, correct?
No. I made $0.
So you're making $0. You're just doing it strictly to help people.
Mm, I guess. I mean, to be honest, I have my own natural skill where I could help people. Like, you know, to be honest, I started cheating for the simple fact that Bungie banned my original account for communications reasons.
Right.
As in, I'm also banned on their Twitter, and I said fuck it. I was like, okay, you guys want to ban my account I've had since 2013 because you don't like some of the shit I said. I'm sorry, I forgot I live in America.
So,
So I fucking got made a new account. We call it a rage account where teleporting, instant respawn, all that shit. I just started doing that, and then that got banned. I was like, I guess I should make a real account, which is the one I just played on. And
so
that one is just like, you can't use aimbot with a controller, you need mouse and keyboard, and I can't use mouse and keyboard. So yes, I use wall hacks. The sniping's my own sniping.
so you're using a wall hack.
Yeah, yeah, I can see through walls.
All right. So you can see through walls, but you're not using an aimbot.
No, I'm not. I have my own. I used to do trial carries. I used to do all that good stuff. I have my own natural skill.
So
It's
you were
just
good at
with aimbot.
the game.
Yes, yes, I'm still am.
And
It's just
just because of Bungie banning your account and all this other stuff, it's kind of like revenge for you, yeah?
I want to say revenge. I don't care. Imagine you worked on something for like 7+ years.
Right.
All that time. It takes 6 months to get Chronicle title,
Right.
and I just got the last lore for that book, and they banned me. And then I tried to appeal it, and I didn't even know about hacks at the time. So I tried to appeal it, and they practically like I can go into my email and read word for word, practically say go fuck myself. So I took it as like really, and then I looked up my name, and my name was like I own my name. There's only like two other ones, and I own the other two of my name on Steam, on
Yeah.
Xbox, and on Twitter, which I was already previously banned on their Twitter. So I assume, and they know my name in Budgie because of, they're in the Nerf Nerf time. I might have
Yeah.
got a little carried away. I might have said some shit, but still, I still pay for my shit like everybody else. I still worked hard for my shit, and they just took it away because so I hope your firstborn dies. I'm like, I'm
Oh
sorry,
gosh.
but you're gonna. Yeah, I said that. I don't care that I said that, but at the same time, they ripped my shit away, which other people are gonna be like, well, you should have. I'm just like, all right, well, I'm gonna ruin everybody else's time.
So I have a question from one of my viewers. Like I said, I'm not
Yeah.
streaming this right now or anything.
Okay.
How do you feel about hacking? How do you feel about using a wall hack and cheating and kind of winning illegitimately?
Be honest, I don't really feel like much of anything. Most of the time, I'm watching Netflix while I play against people like really good people. Like I'll turn it off if I have to focus. Like I said, I don't use aimbot. I use
Use a
controller,
wall hack.
and I haven't. Yeah, I just use the wall hack. I don't have any of the other crazy shit people see out there. The one people think of is the rapid fire
Yeah,
unlimited ammo,
I've
unlimited
seen
super, all
those.
that
I've
shit.
seen the unlimited supers. We actually found out how to beat the unlimited super.
Oh, good shit. Good for you, because they just did an update today. So, anyways, but the question was again, how do I feel about it? I don't really feel one way or another. I come from the United States. Money's king. So if you can pay for something, why not?
All right. And then Lunarated also had asked, were you actually a decent player before you started cheating? You said yes. So
Yes.
what was your KD? What was your KAD? I'm just kind of curious.
Uh, it was a 1.35 ish. KD was a little bit higher. I played with good players too.
All right.
All
So
my
so
friends
you're
were,
so you're above average.
oh yeah, above
Okay.
average. I'd go flawless every weekend, no problem.
Now
Well, obviously a little bit of problems, but yeah.
do you have the wall hack turned on at all times, or do you toggle it on and off? Because one thing
Uh,
when we played you, we kind of steamrolled you guys the first 2 rounds, and then everything went to shit for us. So we immediately realized something was up.
okay. So what happened the first two rounds? Is I was watching an episode where it got intense, and then I realized that this was the last win. So the wall hack is not toggle. You can
Okay,
turn it on and off, but it's hard to turn it on and off because it's a
it's a program.
menu system. It's a menu system. So I usually have it all set up before I even turn on Destiny. So um, it's automatic, like wall hack constantly is just on, so it's just normal to see. And I don't see a silhouette of your body. If people are wondering that, it's actually just a square box.
So you're only seeing the square box, and you have to line up the
Yep.
headshot.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm only seeing a square box.
So Jinja asked, "Do you think you're going to be caught and banned?"
Mm, no. You know what the sad part is? Somebody in Bungie's circle fucked up. So,
Well, what do you mean they
mm,
fucked up? If you don't mind me asking.
um, so one of Bungie's inner circle people that look at, because they don't have an intake key. What they have is a system that get pops up people to look at, and then someone reviews it. So someone who's close to somebody actually give the name, like actually know them, that cover people's names to see if they get banned or not. Like
Mm-hmm.
your obvious ones are like your stuff servers can track. Insta respawning, teleporting, rapid fire, kill, all that can get you banned easily by service tracking on their servers. They can be like, well, he's not supposed to have heavy right now. How do you get heavy? But the aimbotting and wall hacking is way harder because people are naturally already good at, like when you watch Frostbolt and you see random snipe he ended up getting in a game. You can't fault somebody for being that good. But
Okay.
so they have these people that check stats and check your progress. So since I'm a natural good player already, it's harder to even track somebody that's actually a natural good player.
Exactly.
So I don't see my account getting banned unless I get stupid and rage, or like, you know, instant teleport to you or instant respawn.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess that would be harder to track. Um,
We know which stats to manipulate. We know which stats to not do, or not to play too hard on, or any of that shit. Like the guy practically told his friend, and then that friend was like, "Hey guys, guess what? This is what you need to look out for." And we're like, "Okay."
so another question from Jinja was, do you do like these hacks on other accounts, or do you strictly just play on your own accounts?
I play on my own account.
So you,
I don't get paid to carry people. I don't get paid to play on other people's account. I don't do any of that. I don't,
so
too much
what's
headache.
the benefit for you then?
Mm, gives me something to do, man. To be honest. I
Fair,
mean,
fair enough.
this is how it is. I mean, after my main account, like I said, a lot of this stems from my main account being I'm not focusing on anything PVE anymore. So it's just practically Crucible. Um, I know more fucked people out there. Like, sorry if I'm cussing,
No, you're fine. You're fine.
but okay. But like, nah. Yes, wall hacks are shit, but you can still beat me. I just have an upper hand. That's, you know,
So how often do you come up against another cheater?
You wouldn't believe how many.
Now
So
trust me,
many.
I
It's crazy.
so the weekend on Widow's Court, I played
Mhm.
250 games. I would think
Mhm.
because that was the high peak. That was the worst
Yeah.
weekend. I would assume that about 40% of my games were against hackers
Uh,
because
let's see.
it was that rough. Like
You
the week before we did
Widow.
30 flawless runs, the week before that we did
Mhm.
like 40 flawless runs like and then the weekend that Widows came out, we did 2.
Mm. So I played during Widow, and I didn't face any. I mean, it might be different. I mean, it could have been different times, different whatever. But I didn't see. I see more this weekend than I ever have in trials. It's
So
crazy
you've seen
because
more this weekend.
yes, and I don't know if it's because the pool's getting smaller and less people are playing trials.
See,
Yeah,
I've seen the opposite. I've seen less this weekend than I've seen any other week.
really.
Yeah,
Then
but
okay,
I also haven't played as much this weekend. I only did
okay.
4 cards yesterday, and that was literally my first card today.
I see. Let's see. What's today? Saturday. So yeah, yesterday I woke up. I probably did 4 flawless cards yesterday, and then I was done. It was how many? Because us cheaters, we know each other, so that means they amped up their cheating even more. So like it gets harder, especially since I don't use aimbot. It gets way harder, so it's very like I only went flawless 4 times yesterday, but this weekend I've come across probably a lot more than I ever have in the past. And
All right.
I think it's just because I know exactly what to look for. I know how to spot it. We give each other hints, and it's real funny because we're just like, yep, let's see who cheats more and wins.
So you like Destiny, right? Like you really enjoy the game. You've been playing it for you said going on 7 years.
See, that's a hard question to answer because Destiny was a great game in D1. I'm one of
Agree.
those people that Dick Wright did Destiny 1.
Yep.
Destiny 2 was a rough start. I didn't stick around for Warmind because Fortnite just came out. I said, "Fuck it, go play Fortnite." Forsaken came out. I started grinding again. It felt good, but now it's just lackluster. I mean, it's the same repeatable stuff. And Trials came back. I was really excited, and then my account got banned. Also met a lot of my friends through here, so I was like, "What do you guys want to play?" I guess we'll just go throw our wall. Go throw ourselves at the strike wall forever. So
S-
yes, I think Destiny is a good game when it's at its prime. When it's at its low, like I think right now, it sucks because there's no competitor. You can't say Destiny's better than any other game because it's the only game out there like it. Like
True.
Warframe is a free to play game. You pay for their stuff. Like that's all good and dandy. But Destiny 2 is just gone downhill a
So
lot.
like do you want to see the game grow or do you want to see the game die?
I want it to either grow or die of its own failures. I want to see another developer out there develop a game and do it better. So like this if you go look at Chevy just tweeted like the perfect thing. Was like he has no incentives to play the game. I'm a very PvE guy. I just happen to be good at PvP also. I'm
Okay.
one of those crossbreeds. I did the 2-man raids and all that stuff. And that shit's fun to a certain point when they don't release a raid for 6 months, and or do anything to change it. It's just like what he said was they nerf snipers, and the reasoning was because they want us to use shotguns and fusion rifles. But every boss has a stop mechanic.
Right.
Makes 100% sense. Yeah, so I want to see it grow. I do. I love Destiny. I want to see it grow. But if it fails, I hope it's because someone did it better and finally, stepped up to the
So
plate.
on the other hand though, like for example, there's a lot of PvP players that are leaving the game currently because of how many hackers there are out there, how many people are using wall hacks and these super hacks and infinite heavy and killing you from across the spawn the minute you spawn in. So
Yeah.
like how do you feel knowing that you may be contributing to some of these players who have grinded as long as you have leaving the game because of it? Now, obviously, you mentioned that you want to see the game grow or you want to see the
hmm
game die. And if it dies, you want to see it die because of Bungie's own failures. Do you feel that cheating is a way and getting away with it is a way for Bungie to fail because of their own failures.
If this game turns into cheaters never get banned or forever rule this, it'd be Bungie's own fault for not affording anti-cheat. You know, they don't want to front the money. You know why you don't see that many hackers in Fortnite? Apex or any other, like there's a few Apex ones out, but you don't see a lot, and they do get caught because they spent the money. They have designated teams, not some dude that sits there and gets paid above minimum wage to check stats on Destiny Tracker and determine if you should get banned. They have an anti-cheat system. If they don't
Right.
want to front the money for anti-cheat, then Destiny deserves to fail. Like, I don't know what else to say. I mean, they're focusing on two different IPs when they barely can manage this one. So
Right. Yeah, that's true because they are working on another IP that nobody even really still knows about.
yeah, and it's weird. Do you remember when like the whole China thing came out and like uh Blizzard got back heat for all that good stuff for taking money from China and all that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, it was weird because Bungie's taking what was it like close to 100 mil now from a China-owned company,
Right.
and it's crazy because guess where these cheats come from, bro?
Yeah.
But sorry, continue.
No, you're good. So it was asked if you would like to see D2 enforce stronger anti-cheat measures,
I would love it.
even if it affects what you're doing.
I would love it. I
So
would love it. I'm sorry. I
so
would like
it,
even though I use it.
so if you were to get caught using this hack, would you go out and purchase a new hack for
I don't know because
for
the
the
next
sole purpose of being like, hey, your anti-cheat still isn't working?
uh if my funds became better. Okay, so currently I'm trying to get my hands on the next level of cheat.
So you're trying
And
to
the
get your
next
hands on
level,
the next level of cheats.
which is the rapid fire, super, all that good stuff.
Okay.
But that one costs $120 a month,
Okay.
and that is a lot of money. So like, I don't, I don't make enough to spend $120, and
Yeah, yeah,
definitely ain't
yeah.
putting it
I
good.
get that.
Touche, touche, whatever, cool. I guess I'll start a real account, start slowly grinding stuff, or like a lot of my friends just decide to stop playing Destiny. I don't know. I mean, I know the question was, yes, I would love to see them make a better anti-cheat or actually run out the money for anti-cheating. I mean, look at DDoSing. It took Steam to decide
To
that
hide the
DDoSing for their
IPs.
other games exactly. That wasn't even a Bungie thing. It was a Steam thing. And since they were able to do that, now you can't accuse anybody of DDoSing. But at the other
But
hand,
even then, one of my partners got DDoSed a couple weeks ago. Now, is it still going to happen occasionally? Yeah, of course.
yes,
Everything's going to happen. But
yeah,
has it definitely worked? Of course. Now, don't get me wrong.
yeah,
I'll play a cheater any day over having my internet get ripped off. Like any day.
yeah,
But at
yeah,
the
because
same
this
time,
affects the
it's
whole system.
yeah, like a lot of my friends will flip out when we come up against a hacker. Myself, I look at it as
Mm.
content. So like I've played so many in the last month and I've messaged so many. So the fact that you actually got back to me, I do truly appreciate that. So thank you. Truly thank
No
you for
problem.
that. Holy God, I didn't even see all these questions here.
Go for it, dude. I got all night. I'm sitting here smoking a cigarette. It's
Nah,
2
dude,
a.m. I'm quarantined.
I literally jumped off stream for this. So again, I appreciate your time. Um
It's funny because I was actually planning to do a Reddit MA or whatever, just to see what type of questions people had.
yeah. Are you worried about how the files downloaded could affect your PC?
No, not one. No, not at all.
Not
Not
at all.
concerned. No, the paid service. They have great ratings. You get invited into it. Like you get to watch everybody else with the forums. And, wasn't concerned at all. And it
So,
hasn't messed up my computer.
do you know if, let's say, you were to get banned? Is it just your
Mhm.
account? Is it an IP ban, or are they going to do a Are they going to do like a hardware ban?
So funny thing is, a lot of people don't know about computers. Is that okay? So first they do an account ban. So they
Right.
just ban that account. The next level would be an IP or a hardware. Problem with hardware is that say if you just take out your RAM and then replace it with another RAM, if your computer thinks it's a different computer, it gives itself a new hardware ID.
So you
So
can just fix that by changing the RAM.
yeah, change the RAM a few times in the computer. Like you'll get a watermark like, hey, you got to pay for Windows again. So
Okay.
that's when you'll know, like, hey, now the IP ban, they don't go for that because that's also loss of money for them.
And it's
You
easy
know,
to
if they
fucking change your IP address.
in that too, because I have a when I go on my Rage account, I put on my private internet access VPN. So if they ban that the IP address, like whatever, I'll just won't play on with that IP ever again.
So I was gonna ask this: on average, how long does one account typically last for that? And you said
Mm,
that you still haven't been banned. So you said you also know some people who haven't been banned. Do you know anybody who has been banned and how long it took for them to get banned?
I've been one of my Rage accounts been banned. That was the second weekend of trials. Yeah, second weekend of trials. That was my Rage account. But
Okay.
that, like I said, that was the teleporting. That was the instant respawn. That stuff you can track easily through their servers.
So how much? Yeah,
Um,
and how much did that one cost you?
it's $0.
Oh,
That's
so that was free.
free,
Was
and it's
that
a
was
free
that?
account. All
Oh, all right. Was that the one? Sorry, I'm not familiar with all this. So was that the one that everybody was tweeting about? How this one hack had been downloaded hundreds of thousands of times?
Oh, no, no. Like, if anybody downloaded that, they're getting banned. They're done.
Oh,
Because if it's
okay.
free access like that, Bungie could look at it, and it's a lot easier for them to
So
ban it.
you said a
And
rage account, right?
yeah, so a rage account means you're just literally going into the game to fuck with people.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, so you don't give a shit because it's
Exactly.
gonna get banned, but you can
Yeah,
still
you don't
fuck some
spend money
people.
on it. Yeah, you just don't spend money on it.
So how long did it
Uh,
take to get banned on that account?
That one actually took 48 hours, and I was a little impressed by that one. But I have this one rage account. I've had that one for like I made that one right after that, so it's been about what 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
And it's still
and
not
it's
banned.
no, it's still not bad.
Do you
Which is
think
funny because
Well, do you think that
I
the
was
whole
just
thing going on in the
uh,
world with COVID-19 could be a reason for that? Obviously, these guys are working from their homes. It's
mhm,
harder for them to
mhm.
track.
Yeah, that's probably the reason, and they probably haven't done a ban wave yet. To be honest with you, they do it in waves. They don't do it just like you'd have to be doing some real fuck shit to get banned right now.
Right.
So the next time they announce a ban wave, I'll sign an account. Most likely it will be banned. But uh, but yeah, no, that one's lasted for about 3 weeks, and it was funny because I was just playing on it the night before trials came out because I had nothing better to do, and I was just what I'd like to do is I like to load in the survival teams, and I'll get the solar players on my team.
Yeah.
And the way they have that shit set up is just those solar kids are gonna get fucked. So I give them a free win by fucking the other team.
Right.
You know, to be
S-
honest, you lose like 15, 14 points
Yeah,
for your
exactly.
first loss or 30 or whatever. But I did find a team last night that actually contacted me. I promise you, I'm the nicest hacker out here. And he goes, "Hey, if you match up with us, can we just farm you for our hand cannon kills?" I was like, "No problem, bro." So we tried to match up for 2 hours straight, and then we got in, and then they got their Lunas, their Hows. I let them get their uh, Randy's, Komodo, Mountaintop. I just let them sit there and farm my, instant respawn body.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Now when we played you, you were on which character? Were you the Titan?
Titan.
All right, yeah, cuz we had noticed
Time went one eyed mess.
yeah, we had that obviously was how we knew because we saw you kind of peak shooting. You were obviously using Revoker, and I was behind that big tank where you come out of B, and you would peak shot kind of right where I was,
Hmm.
even though I was still hiding. So that was the immediate indication that we knew what we were up against. Um, so my next question for you: how would others in like the cheating community feel about you doing this interview? Like, obviously,
Oh,
your
dude.
real name is hidden, everything's hidden, but like, how would they honestly feel?
Dude, to be honest, I gave you probably enough information they're gonna know. So at this point, I'm gonna be unfriended. My shit's probably gonna be locked up. I don't care. I don't know. I don't care. The one thing I wouldn't do is okay. So I won't go too much detail, but you use a USB drive to
Okay.
preload this shit in there, and If
Yeah,
Bungie
so
ever
you
would
use a
contact
USB
me,
drive. Use a USB drive.
yes, yes. So that's how. So okay, so Steam checks itself, uh, because it's a good developer. Valve,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's a good developer. So what you have to do is you plug this USB drive in, you get it all working. It checks to make sure that you're still good because it goes by days. You pay for 30 days, all
Right.
that good stuff, and then you launch everything once you pull the USB stick out. So, but if Bungie would ever contact me straight up, I'd give them this USB stick in a heartbeat if they unban my original account. Uh, and I already told them to the people I play with. I was like, bro, if they ever contact me and it's like, hey, we know, give us the USB drive. I'll be like, I'll block my account. I would literally hand this over. I'd even pay for the shipping.
So if for
But
some reason Bungie were to see this video and they
mhm,
agreed to unban your account and you also
mhm,
agreed to never cheat again, you would
yeah,
without a doubt just hand over the hack that you're using, give it to them.
I I'd hand over my whole computer and monitor if that's what they wanted. That's how much I love that account. It was my 2013 beta, Titan, everything. I've earned everything on
Oh,
that
so
account.
so when the game came out for D2, you carried over your character.
Yes,
Ah,
those. I didn't have to listen to all this jibber jabber bullshit, quest lines, and all that good stuff. Yeah, and I had the veterans best line. Because there's different voice lines
right.
for new characters, old characters, all that good stuff. Since I had a veterans account, I didn't have to listen to like the over explanation about the Taken, since you don't know what the Taken are in Destiny 2.
Yep.
Stuff like that. But yeah, I'd happily hand over these USB. I would happily make sure it's updated and send it to him.
That's crazy, man. Like to hear the fact that you're saying that. First, the things that baffled me is the fact that you're doing this for nothing. Like you're not jumping on people's accounts, you're not making any money doing this. You're literally just paying for how much did you say $24 a month for a cheat
Yeah,
and
yeah.
getting nothing out of it. Because
I'm
I
getting.
do a lot of hackers do that or are they mostly like making money
To
doing
be
this?
honest, you want the truth is most of the hackers I hang out with, they do it for they run a business and they
Right.
ain't got the time.
Exactly.
And they don't trust other people for information because they're
Right.
smart. So it's just screw it, pay for their own. And and then a lot of them get into the $120 one and run a Nightfall in 4 minutes. Grandmaster Nightfall is going to be a joke when it comes out.
Right.
So I mean, um,
All right, man. Well, listen, I really appreciate your time. I don't have any other questions for you right now. If I do you mind that I contact you and just get some questions from you in like a DM? And if for some reason Bungie does see this video and they want to contact you, do you mind if I
mhm,
contact you?
I do not mind if they want to contact me and ask me questions all motherfucking day. They can. They can ask me anything they want. Because once again, I love this game to the point where I threw a fit practically and went looking for cheats. And fucking, this is where I'm at.
All right. Anything else you want to say before I get off? Anything, comments, questions, concerns?
If anybody wants death threats towards me, I'm a bigger troll than you are. Okay, and that's it. That's it.
All right, man. Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And again, I'll be in contact with you if I have any other questions.
All right, you have a great night.
All right. Thank you. You too.